Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to convert your OTR projects and templates from OTR version 1 into OTR version 2. It's pretty straightforward. To begin with, we're going to go up to the File menu, click Open Project, find the project that we want to convert over. Going to load up this particular project created in OTR 1. You'll notice that it will prompt you for some missing files. This is perfectly okay and expected. OTR version 1 use certain pictures and icons that are no longer in the OTR version 2 installation. I left them out specifically so that there would to clean up the directory. Anyway, we're gonna take care of this. This error will not pop up after we load the project and convert it over. So to begin with, all we're gonna do is click Ignore All Missing Files. Okay, the project is now loaded. You will see that the OTR version 2 theme has been applied. The project loaded just fine. The one thing that you're going to notice is that your tracks are still going to have the same naming conventions that were used in OTR version 1. We haven't converted this over yet, so these will get removed. But you'll see, for example, like the VIL, VIC, VIM prefixes, these all exist. And then the suffixes, such as inactive, frozen, active, those were cues to let you know what the status was. Those are still visible. You will also notice that many of the visual cues have disappeared right now. This is because the import it no longer references those files. That was what was skipped on those warning screens coming in. Don't worry, we're going to restore that. So all we're going to do is go up to the OTR Preferences button at the very top left corner. We're going to click on that button, and it's going to tell you that this is an OTR version 1 project. Would you like it to be converted to OTR version 2? Go ahead and click OK, and it's going to run through its process. Once the process is finished, it's going to show you the OTR version 2 configuration manager. This is how you're going to know that everything got converted over perfectly fine. The configuration manager, I'll go into more detail in that in another video, but the gist of it is that this is a routing matrix for all of your track categories, what were previously known as VIC tracks. There were 23 in OTR version 1. You now have the capacity to have 32 of these guys. And these particular categories rolled up into different stem groups. You could render all the category stems by themselves, or you could render the groups that they rolled up to. These were previously known as like all strings, all brass, all winds. You can kind of see how these were routed behind the scenes in OTR version 1. But what you do get to do now is you actually get to change the naming convention of these. You have now 8 stem groups going across the top of this manager. So those are eight stem category rollups. And you have your track categories. So you now have 32 of those, and you can just choose where each of these guys gets rendered to. Anyway, that's, again, another video. I'll go into more detail about that. But this is how you know that you have converted the project to OTR version 2. You'll see that your track icons have returned. In addition, you've got some new types of track icons, which will be reviewed in another video. But these are subtle visual cues for every track that you have in your project. And they'll let you know the status, such as if it's frozen, active, inactive, whether it's a folder, whether it's an audio track, an output track. So the icon that looks like the speaker, those are your VI outs. Those are basically just audio streams. And then you have other icons such as these guys that show you that you have recorded live audio files. So these are actual recordings. The target is the stem icon. And I mean, there are a handful of others. I'm not going to review them all. You have a video icon, an info icon, and some others. But you will see the big part of this is that the template has been converted over. You no longer have track prefixes. So, for example, these tracks here that I've got highlighted, and actually further down this whole section, these guys were VIM tracks in the previous OTR version 1, they're now just instrument tracks. They work just like they did before. You just don't have the prefix there, and you don't have the suffix saying the status of it. It's all handled behind the scenes. You do have the icon status that shows up, but that's all. Pretty simple. Just load it in, click ignore all missing files on the errors that pop up, and then click the OTR version 2 preferences button. And once it processes over, that menu will open, and you can just save your project as an OTR version 2 project. And that's all. Thanks for watching.